Hi, I'm Camilla.
And I'm Kang, and we are
the FI Resellers. So our last week started out just okay. It was not doing so great. But we turned around towards the end of the week. So we're going to share some of our sales, and then we're also going to share our strategies for turning around a really low sales week. And then at the end, you'll want to stay tuned because we'll share our total numbers and what we do with the money that we make reselling items online on places like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. So make sure that you stay tuned for that.
And if you're new here, we buy stuff for pretty low prices and we show you what it's selling for online. So if you want to get started with this reselling thing, please stay tuned, follow us, and we'll show you how we're doing it. Okay, this first one is a fun one. It's this lot of Thomas the Train little toys. We sold it for $43.75 on eBay.
So this was funny because Kang listed these in the same day they sold, and it sold to a buyer who sells only Thomas the Tank Engine, Thomas and Friends items. And so we think that there must have been something kind of valuable in there. We weren't really sure what. I mean, we're not like Thomas experts.
Right. We looked at this guy's store, and I think two of the gray ones are actually a little more valuable. So this guy probably got a good deal, but we're just happy to get rid of it because we had this huge lot.
Exactly. So we'll do that sometimes where we'll pick up a big lot of stuff and we'll part it out or do, smaller lots of things. And for us, our cost of goods is really cheap. So even if we don't know like everything about something, we can still make some money and then give another person the opportunity to make some money too.
Yeah, and with this particular sale, we've already made our money back on all of the whole lot. So we're pretty happy about that. If worst comes to worst, we can just donate the rest of it back and still have made a profit. So really not that big of a deal to us.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'm sure that, there are plenty of kids out there who love Thomas.
Our nephews really like trains, so I guess we could give it to them too.
Yeah.
Or just give them a Goodwill. They don't need more toys. Okay, so our first time picking up teaks, we actually did not show you in any of these hauls because it was like a small little haul that we had. We bought it at the Goodwill outlet bins, very cheap, and we sold it for $39.65 on eBay.
So these were in terrible condition.
This is true.
So they had like a chip out of the bottom on the, on one shoe, and then on the other shoe, it was like totally faded on the back. And so if they were in nicer condition, we would have sold them for much more. That just goes to show you that even sometimes damaged items, if they're high value, can still do pretty well.
So Teeks is definitely a BOLO brand. It's been on our bucket list for a little while. Finally found one. When people are looking through the bins and they see this damage, it's an opportunity for you to evaluate whether it's worth it to pick it up because it's cheap at the bins, and secondly, because it's a really high dollar item otherwise. And someone can just be okay with this amount of damage. And so that's what we found here. It sold in 10 days for about $40. And, check one off the bucket list. We sold these Dakota jeans by BKE for $39.65 on eBay.
So this was $30 plus shipping. We love getting full price sales on eBay. One of our favorite categories to sell recently is jeans. Like I have been just loving listing jeans. I think they're so fun to list and they're so fun to sell. These ones are just kind of an average BKE style, but we tend to pick up a lot of BKE. It's kind of the area that we live in. It seems to be more prominent. They seem to do pretty well for us, but we'll look up each individual style to make sure it's a current style and to make sure that people are actually looking for it.
We sold these boots by Everlane for $47.40 on eBay.
So these were ones that when we picked them up, they were not in very good condition, but we, kind of refurbished them with some Doc Martens Wonder Balsam, shined them up, and they looked really nice once we kind of got them all, oiled and whatnot. And so we listed those, and those sold pretty quickly as well. Everlane is a brand that we like to pick up. I really like their items. I feel like, they're high quality items. It's a really versatile style, so it can go with anything, and people love to have them in their wardrobe. So I feel like that style plus the brand helped it sell pretty quickly.
We sold this ski bib by Wave Rave for $48.55 on eBay.
Yeah, so this was really surprising. We've had it listed since August and it sells and winter's almost over. It's so weird. But we have recently, like this week and the previous week, we've sold a lot of ski stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess people are getting ready for like spring break trips, going skiing. I'm not really sure. I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like ski season is like almost over. Like you should be like getting rid of stuff, but maybe people buy it thinking at the end of ski season things are cheaper online. I'm not really sure why people are buying so much ski stuff right now.
I don't get it.
Because we were like nervous the other week. We were picking up ski stuff and we were thinking, oh man, like we're gonna have to wait till next year to sell this, and then it sold really fast. So It's kind of weird.
Kind of weird. We sold these Birkenstock Sandals, the Arizona style, for $34 on Facebook Marketplace.
So these are ones that we picked up just recently at our family thrift outlet. So we did a haul up here where I showed King all the things that I picked up when I was out by myself. And we picked up a lot of shoes, and this was one of the pairs, and it sold really quickly. And it wasn't in like perfect condition, but it wasn't in like terrible condition either. So just goes to show you, you know, Birkenstocks, we pick them up in pretty much all conditions, but we like the nicer ones. They sell for more, obviously. And this is kind of mid-range, so pretty good.
Yeah, we sold these brown boots by Justin for $56.25 on eBay.
Yeah, so these were a women's pair of cowboy boots. Let me know your opinion on this. If you have women's cowboy boots, do you call them cowgirl boots? What do you put in your listing? Because I feel like when I'm searching, I would be like women's cowboy boots, but technically I'm a cowgirl, you know what I mean? So I'm not really sure, but I don't want to miss people searching for it. So let me know what you do down in the comments if you sell cowboy boots.
Or if you're often buying cowgirl boots.
Right, like if you were searching. Yeah, what you're searching, what you would search for.
Okay, the last sale we wanted to share with you was this new tag Free People black maxi dress for $49.65 on eBay.
This was one that we sold the last day of the week this week, and so we were kind of desperate for sales because we were really under our goal. And so this was lower than what I had maybe wanted to sell it for. I had listed it originally at $50, and a person came in and offered me $40, and I was thinking that I would probably sell it at $50, like I didn't really price it up. Because this was new with tags, it was $118 originally. I couldn't find the exact style, which was weird because I looked up like the OB number. Couldn't find the exact style, but listed it anyway. And when this person came in and offered it, I was thinking, well, I need some good sales today because I need to make some more money this week so that in the video we don't embarrass ourselves on YouTube with like we're not making any money, you know, that sort of thing. So I accepted the offer. Really happy with that sale. We had picked it up from the bin, so you know, it was like $2, which is pretty good. So $2 into 40, 50, pretty good.
But also, you know, sales beget sales, and then there's also this idea that we do have a goal in mind for each week, and we lowered the goal this week because we knew that our sales would be bad because we weren't listing a whole lot last week. So there was a combination of things.
But, you know, reselling is a roller coaster, so, you know, some weeks are good and some weeks are not. But one of our strategies when, you know, our sales week isn't doing that well is that we accept lower offers than we usually would. One way that we're able to do that is that we have such a low cost of goods on these items. And we do that purposefully so that we can accept, you know, offers when we need to. So it's not like we spent $20 and so we have to make a certain amount. We spent only $2, $3 here and there. So that helps us to be able to have the flexibility within our business. So now it's time for the not so great sales from that last day of the week when we were trying to turn around our week. So we were, you know, accepting lower offers and just trying to get things moving. So we sold this J. Jill striped top for $15.75, so that's including shipping, so it was $9 plus shipping. And this pair of natural issue dress pants, which sold for $17.50. So those two were two that I accepted really low offers on. The reason I did that was, you know, again, we were having a really low sales week, and these things were already on sale. So we had put our eBay store on sale totally, you know, pretty much all of our listings were
20%,
right? for 20% off, which is another strategy that we use when our sales are low. We do a sale on eBay, we do a sale on Facebook Marketplace. You can't really do one on Mercari or Poshmark, but you can send out offers, which that's another strategy that we use. Once the sale is going, then I'll even accept lower offers from that because they're looking at the price and then they're offering me something lower than that. And if I really need the sale, I'll accept it. So that's what I did with those two items. We didn't make that much on either of those. So on the J. Jill, we only made about $8, and on the pants, we only made about $3.50. So that wasn't too good.
Oops.
That was because it came from ThredUp. It wasn't something that we would normally pick up. It was something that we got basically in a mystery box. So, oh well. Another sale that we had this week, that's kind of one of our more bread and butter sales, something that we sell pretty often. And just this weekend, we've sold like, I think 3 of these tops by a Lucky brand. We will pick them up from the bins. They're super cheap, super light. And this one sold for $17 on Poshmark. That was an offer that I think was sent to me. Totally a reasonable offer. And so another offer that I accepted, and it just goes to show you, you know, even these small items, they can add up. Even though on the 3rd, we didn't have like too many like killer sales like these. We weren't having these amazing sales. we made a good amount of money just on that day, just by volume of how many sales we made, because we were accepting offers, we were sending offers, having a lot of activity on each of our platforms. And that activity, kind of stirs the algorithm and shows your item to more and more people, because they realize that you're an active seller, that you're more likely to, ship out the item and answer questions and things like that.
There's definitely a correlation between activity and sales. I can't tell you that there is a causal correlation, but on average, the more offers we take, the more sales kind of roll in as well. So more offers come in with all of these other factors kind of generating momentum. And so we do think that that's part of the algorithm. It's just something that we've noticed, and it has been consistent that way.
One other strategy that we didn't talk about is relisting items. So what we do each day is we end listings that are on eBay and do sell similar. And I also go through on Poshmark and relist items that are more than 60 days old. I use Posture VA to do that. It automates it for me. I can set, the parameters of more than 60 days old. That means that it will come up as newly listed. I'm able to just kind of automate that and do it on its own. So that's another thing. And on Facebook, you can delete and relist. So those are habits that we try to do each and every day to keep our store kind of fresh. But if you are struggling with your sales, you can do that for even more items. Even items that aren't ending that day or things like that, end those listings, sell similar. It generates that activity. It shows like, oh, you're listing more, And so that can also help your sales. So let us know down in the comments what your strategies are for, saving a slow sales week, and what things you do and what things, that we suggest that you say, you don't do that. Let us know down in the comments. We'd love to talk with you there.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are our numbers from the past week. We sold a total of 46 items for a gross revenue of $1,182.40. Cost of goods for those 46 items was $104.71. So on eBay, we sold 21 items for a profit of $387.49. On Poshmark, we sold 15 items for a profit of $166.54. And on Facebook Marketplace, we sold 6 items for a profit of $96.09. On Mercari, we only sold 4 items for $61.98. So in total, that came out to a profit of $712.10.
So pretty good. It's about what we expected. I mean, we knew that it would be a down week because, again, we weren't listing a whole lot last week because we were on vacation. And we had mentioned in last week's video that this is something that pretty much always happens. You will continue to sometimes get sales on vacation, which was great for last week because we had our best week last week. Go watch that video. What we expected is about $700 to, $800 this week. This is kind of the lower end, but we weren't working for like 4 or 5 days. When you think about that impacting sales, this is really not that bad of a week.
And considering 2 days earlier in the week, the Friday and Saturday of this past week, we were still on vacation, so we weren't accepting sales anywhere except eBay. And even then on eBay, it said, had the message that we were away. So it makes sense that we're lower. If we had our store up and running and if we were listing that day, I think we would have had just like a normal week. That's, part of the trade-off of reselling is that kind of you have to keep working to make money, like it's not like you don't get PTO. It's not a one-to-one, comparison like that. So you have to work to make the money, which is like good, but also tough when you don't want to work.
There's a trade-off on the flexibility for sure. We didn't necessarily want to turn everything on right before we left from vacation. We didn't want to get into that whole grind mindset just yet. Vacation for us is mostly vacation, right? We should focus on the things that are happening there with the people that we care about. And so that's, to us, that's a really big part of why we take vacation, is to get away from this stuff,
Right, exactly.
All right, as always, we're going to update you on this total stock market index experiment. We put a lot of our money into the total stock market index. And to us, the total stock market index is one of those set it and forget it type investments. It's kind of a no-brainer. We explained it in the past. And as you see here, it's not doing great because the whole entire stock market is doing poorly. And there are a lot of factors going on there that we are not going to explain because we're not experts. When you see minus $500, in reality, we've lost thousands of dollars in our other investments, and we're not worried over the long run, right? This is a viable strategy, and the past helps us kind of show that over time, the total stock market index is a pretty good strategy for people who don't want to do day trading, who don't want to, risk a lot of volatility like that. This is a little more stable and a lot less risky. Again, this is not investing advice. It never has been, but really the reason why we want to have you think about it is because we care about your ability to retire comfortably. Last week we had talked about saving money by lowering your expenses, and we used the example of lowering your costs with regard to groceries and cooking and all of that.
When we're talking about after-tax expenses, those are, the things that you're actually spending money on. And basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to widen the gap between your expenses and your income, right? And that gap is the amount that you can save and invest. So you're trying to widen that gap as much as possible. But when you raise your income, that also raises your tax bill. And so even if you raise your income by $100, the bigger impact is to lower your expenses by $100 because you actually get to keep that full $100 rather than $100 that's then taxed at 14% or whatever your tax rate is. The bigger impact is to lower your expenses as much as possible. And you can focus on big expenses like your housing, your car, gas, food. Those are going to be where you have the most impact. But you could also dial in some of those lower expenses too so that you're not spending money in a frivolous way that doesn't add to your values.
Right.
That's kind of that's the starting place before necessarily you try to focus on raising your income so much because, again, it will have a bigger impact because you don't have to raise your tax bill when you lower your expenses.
So at the end of the day, if you're trying to save more, it often makes more sense to try to spend less. And then once you have that kind of tackled, you can focus on making more or, do a little bit of both. But dial in, just some of the small nuances because as we mentioned last week, it all adds up. So good luck to you on that. That's one of the things that we've been focusing on lately, just dialing in these small things. Well, almost a year into our marriage, we're still working on a few things, small little things that we're making adjustments on so that we can, over the span of time, let's say we're saving $20 on a cell phone bill, over 5 or 10 or 20 years, that can add up to a whole lot. So just something to think about. We hope that our strategies are helpful for you because this is part of why we're in the financial independence retire early community, right? It's all about optimizing these small little things so that we can have more and enjoy life more as well.
So we don't have any community BOLOs this week, but if you have sold something cool or something for a good amount of money, please send it in to us. Just send us a DM. It's all free, then there's no minimum limit, We're not saying like, it has to be this certain dollar. We would love to shout you out. We would love to share your wins. And so if you have something, please send it to us. Send us a DM on Instagram, or you can email us. Our email is down below. If you don't have Instagram, we would love to just shout you out and, share your wins and share your, successes. So It brings us so much joy to be able to do that. And, we just love being able to do that for, as many people as possible. If you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing. If you liked this video, we make videos like this every week. And leave a comment down below of how you're saving money or how you are strategizing to make more sales in this next week. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps YouTube show it to more people because they see that people liked this video and enjoyed it. And so they should show it to more people. So people spend all their time on YouTube just consuming videos day after day.
Yeah, consume our videos. Yeah. Put a playlist on.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, keep that passion burning, y'all. We are so appreciative of you. Even if we're not having a great week like this one, we still like, sharing our sales with you. And hopefully you are enjoying our videos. And we'll see you later.
Bye.
I don't want any of you men commenting any of your opinions on this. This is for the women, for us to know exactly what they are searching for. I guess if you're a guy selling women's cowboy boots, you have an opinion, but...
Yeah. If you're selling, tell us what you put in your title, but also if you're buying, tell us what you would be searching. So, anyway. You
want to say we have no community BOLOs? If you have any, feel free to send it, and it's free. I think people might worry that they have to pay us or something.
Oh, okay.